Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Trenton 365. Now, this is going to be a bit different because, first of all, this is kind of a midweek, but this is something that we feel is very important to get out to the broader community, not just in Trenton, but the broader community in the region as well. And that's about a Juneteenth event that is happening in Trenton, all over the city of Trenton. But this particular conversation is going to be with Wanda, Webster, Stansbury, and others who are part of the literacy portion of this. And yes, the literacy portion, you think library boxes, you think read to achieve, that's all going to be wrapped up and culminated into this as I bring Wanda, Webster, Stansbury on. Wanda, first of all, I want to say thank you so much. And as always, you look fabulous. From the first time we met, you had this art, this fashion. I remember, I think I said to you, like, you reminded me of what I thought of Chanel. And I remember you were like, yeah, a little bit. And then you proceeded to tell me about your involvement in education, your involvement in fine art, etc. And then it led to us having this wonderful developing and continuing relationship, talking about literacy on all different levels. And then this wonderful event that you're a part of, the Juneteenth event. So can you reintroduce yourself, and then let's jump right into talking about this Juneteenth literacy village that you were helping to coordinate.
Yes, Jacque, thank you, first of all, for having me. I mean, you could have chosen a lot of people to spend your time with, but it's always a joy to spend time with the amazing Jacque Howard. And I just want to say that, you know, my background prior to what I'm doing at this moment is in the area of public policy research and organizational development and what they call placemaking, and a number of connected areas that look to respond to the human condition in underserved communities, and primarily with a lens on the Black community in America. And so having finished my work in management interventions, and currently now over the past 6 years, shaping an agenda to close the achievement gap and to have zero illiteracy in America by the year 2030, my focus has been on literacy and engaging children and families learning and achieving together through the Center for Child and Family Achievement, which was birthed in Trenton through Head Start, through working with families, committed to seeing what we could do to inspire reading. My whole focus on literacy, the power of a book and what it can do. So in 2015, we did the first literacy village with the African American Pride organization with Latasha Burke. And she invited me to come, and we said, let's do a literacy village. And CCFA, the Center for Child and Family Achievement, put the model together for the first literacy village in Trenton. And we've done them in other cities since then as well. And we're looking to do one in Kentucky this summer. So Latasha called me a few months ago and said, you know, I'd like for you to co-chair, work with me on the literacy village. And I said, I'd love to do it as a co-chair with you because I'm living in California now. And so I jumped in to see what could happen. And it's been amazing. It's been lots of fun. I knew that we would be connecting again because you were that person who came and came to Gregory School almost 5 years ago and brought the first literacy box, you know, Trenton 365, you know, you were there, and the highlights for about 3 years, you brought them to us. And so we've always had a partnership connected to reading. So the Literacy Village is all about the real truth of Juneteenth. There were 3 denials that we can talk about during the reality of the enslaved Black American. The first denial was the denial to a homeland, right? Because we were captured. The second one was the denial to family and marriage. And then, you know, we could talk about other denials, but the ones that I want to focus in a little bit, the other one is the denial to read. The right to read and write was taken away from us to have our own language. So when you talk about Juneteenth, it makes sense to have literacy as a major focus among all the other amazing things that are going to be happening in Trenton. Latasha and her group, they planned so many fabulous things. And when I look at the agenda, it looks to me like this is a breakthrough moment, a historical moment for the whole city, particularly for everyone who's come together under this collaboration. The ride to freedom, you know, the legacy stage, you know, the gospel stage, the Black cowboys. I don't know everything because I've been hyper focused on the literacy village. You know me well enough to know I'm going to just focus in on that. But what's just happening? It is so amazing. So I salute, first of all of the incredible people who are putting this together, yourself, Latasha, all these fabulous people that I have not met yet. We're going to make this weekend a historical moment for Trenton and the country. I think that we are planning, because I'm a part of it, right? The Literacy Village. We are planning this Juneteenth, and I hope Latasha joins in. I think the most incredible celebration of Juneteenth in America is happening right in Trenton, New Jersey, because I'm listening and looking at what's happening in other parts of the country. No one's doing it on this scale. So that's why I say when you talk about, you know, wanting to feel, I might be going to use the word, wanting to feel impactful, wanting to know that we're successful, that we're making a difference. We have to look outside of ourselves to see and not compare, but learn how we're leading in areas that we don't think we are. So I don't know if that, I hope that helps some way. You know, you probably have to guide me with some questions, but I want to say to Trenton and to everyone in the African American cultural collaboration that you are amazing, that you're making history, that you are leading America, and God is watching. Our ancestors are watching and waiting to see what we will do with this weekend.
Amen on that. You know what? Oh, well, you know, folks, just before we started recording, we knew that we had to put this together quick because the event is coming up this week in just a couple of days. And shout out to all the people who follow and support all the stuff that I do and the other folks who are involved with this, like Wanda and Yolanda Landy Robinson, who we're going to be bringing on in a second as well. Thank you for all of that, the support. And that shows the ability that we have, that something of this magnitude can be done in a short amount of time, have a production turnaround, and get distributed through the community and make an impact on the folks who have understanding and knowledge about this wonderful event. And a lot of the folks are going to be a part of that. And Wanda, you're always so calming to my spirit and encouraging. And I want to publicly thank you for all the conversations we've had. And earlier, folks, I was sharing with Wanda that an earlier chat we had in our early, brief conversations, she was always encouraging me with small words of support and affirmation, and they came at the perfect time. And I explained to her that for me and for my faith, that is God. That is when someone is open to what the Holy Spirit is saying to them to do, and they do it. And the Holy Spirit through me is ready to receive that. So publicly, again, thank you so much for that. Now I'm going to bring my sister Landy on, Yolanda Landy Robinson. Anyone who's a fan of Trenton 365, I am sure you've actually spent time listening to some of the interviews. Landy, you need to unmute yourself. But Landy is a community organizer. She's an author. She's involved in the entertainment industry. She promotes events. She could be jet setting. And when I say jet setting, I'm not saying that in some fancy, fabulous way. I'm talking about this is where her network is. She could be anywhere from here to the Caribbean to down south, doing different events, bringing people together, giving away her book, selling her book, being parts of organizations that want to bring about equitable opportunities. And she's just that chick. Landy, you got yourself all situated over there? Can you hear us?
While she's connecting, Yolanda L. Robbins is an enigma. She's a phenomenal person. And I tapped her time I got into this partnership with the collaboration to be my senior advisor to the Children's Literacy Village. So she serves in this unique way. And you're right, she is an amazing person who we all need to draw upon and respect a lot more and learn from her. But she is an amazing person. You know, I see the two of you as my mentors, as well as me being your mentor. But she's a phenomenal person. And I would not do this Literacy Village without her partnership, because it involves so many layers of things we have to accomplish. So thank you, Yolanda. I want to say that publicly, Yolanda. Thank you for selflessly coming to the table and doing what you've been doing.
Yep. And while Yolanda gets that all situated, and I thank you for sharing that as well. We've been hearing lately that a lot of folks are saying, hey, give them their flowers now, so to speak. And I wonder, where do we ever get to this point where we weren't supporting, encouraging, and sharing our love and support and appreciation for the other human beings in our lives? So through small gestures like this, we want to encourage you all to do that as well. Now, while Yolanda is getting situated, Wanda, I want you to go back and talk a bit about what can people expect this Saturday, downtown Trenton, and pretty much all over Trenton, but we're speaking specifically about the Literacy Village, which will be in Mill Hill Park, historic Mill Hill Park. Someone's coming in for the first time and they're bringing their family. What can they expect?
Mm-hmm. They can expect an amazing day. That's what I've been sending back on the emails to everyone. It's already amazing. They can expect to be welcomed in with children getting books. There's going to be over 3,000 books given out that day. I don't know if you can hear me. Is there something? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you fine. You're
good. Have a bad connection?
No, we're okay on my side. I think Landy, she's connecting and closing out the old one. I can hear you fine.
Okay, so they can expect to receive lots of books. We have over 3,000 books that will be distributed that day to children, grades preschool to 12th grade. They're going to have the Trenton Circus Squad, storytelling. Authors are going to be there with their books, signing books. They can expect to have lunch free for all children. They can expect to have an amazing scavenger hunt where they will get prizes. They can expect to have a wonderful time, because the Children's Literacy Village Read to Achieve is all about the lens being on one person that day, the child. Now, if we look at it in the context of Juneteenth, we know it's open for all children, but this gives us a day to remember the challenges that the formerly enslaved Black child faced in America. That there were children who were enslaved. If you ever take the time to read slave narratives, narratives about slavery, there were children, as soon as they could walk, who worked in the cotton fields and were never allowed to read. So our lens must be unapologetically on the Black child, although other children are all welcomed. So we're looking for a day to celebrate freedom, right? And freedom is reading. So there's going to be cotton candy, there's going to be popcorn, there's going to be treats, there's going to be all kinds of arts and crafts. We have an amazing artist who's coming in, who's a part of the CCFA team, Sean, who's going to be doing an art workshop about, we're going to give away, invest over 300 art kits to children who come to the Literacy Village to promote drawing and art and books. It's going to be phenomenal. There's going to be a place for each child to feel welcomed. That's what it's all about. We want them to celebrate who they are and to engage in connecting to a love for reading. That's really what I think they can expect. They can expect balloons, bubbles. I'm still hoping for someone to donate an ice cream truck. Someone who'll say, I want to pull up my ice cream truck and just give away ice cream to kids. So if there's anyone who's listening and you have an ice cream truck, or you want to sponsor an ice cream truck to come and give away soft ice cream or ice cream cones, let us know. Contact me, contact Latasha. We welcome you to come and have all the proper, we don't want you to sell it, just to give it away, just get the proper permit. So they can expect to have a fun time, because it's celebrating the freedom of a once enslaved Black American who now has the freedom to read. I mean, that's really what it's all about, you know.
That's fantastic. Well, unfortunately, we're not able to get Yolanda to come back on, but I think that, Wanda, as usual, you've covered all the bases, as you've done with so many other things that we've been a part of, or I've been able to witness, whether it's with the Gregory School, with CCFA, with its the Trenton Public Schools, if it's just with marketing, and even with art and connecting the art element of what you have done and do in the past. I appreciate you. I thank you for your support. And as you said before, you are mentoring me. I am walking with you.
Yeah.
And vice versa. And I really appreciate you, and I love you, and I give you my best.
I want to say something real quick about our sponsors, the people who are partnering with us, the Trenton Board of Education. We love the Trenton Board of Education. We're not going to turn around the dynamics of learning outcomes in Trenton without partnering in a proactive way. They are partnering with us in providing over 500 box lunches for children. They're also donating tables. They're printing flyers. This week, Trenton did something that most districts have not done in America. They did a curriculum.
Oh, I think I lost Wanda Webster.
On Juneteenth.
Wanda, hang on. We got to repeat yourself. I think we lost you for a second. Yeah. All right, folks, we're going to end it right there. Just to let you know, this was a simple jump on real quick, just to get some information out, to talk about what's coming up. Juneteenth this weekend. You got to love technology. But anyway, folks, more information will be available. Make sure you make it over to
some amazing things that are happening
downtown Trenton, New Jersey.
That I think we need. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Wait a minute. What's happening here?
Yeah, Wanda?
Okay, I don't want to lose you. Okay,
Wanda.
so Gerald Wanda on this committee working with us. Then we have Eric Hendricks, who is a partner with CCFA, 100 art kits. We have the Lori, but we have the Trenton here. They're donating over 200 art kits. Artworks is part of this. So many organizations that are helping. One Simple Wood, one of our long-term partners, is donating over 100 prizes for the scavenger hunt. Imagine that. So we have a lot of our partners who we just called and said, hey, we're doing a literacy village. Would you help us out? And they said, all hands on deck, you know. So we are so excited. We have authors that are coming, as you said, Yolanda L. Robinson, who's a local author. And we have Devon Clark from ADC Kids. We have Teska Frisbee, who recently wrote a book. She's going to be with us. But we have some amazing authors. And I want to say Ivy Avery and Jocelyn White are overseeing the storytelling component. So you're going to have storytellers. You're going to have bubbles and balloons. You're going to have children just having a wonderful time and connecting to books. That's what it's all about, to inspire, to give children bags of books to take home for the summer to read. And that's our mission. We have a number of partners who have donated books that are specifically relevant to the Black boy learner. We have the book Monster by Walter Dean Myers that has been donated to us. So we want to promote that. My husband, Charles Stansbury, donated some of his books. So I expect children to have an amazing time and being inspired to read, to achieve. And it's all about the child. It's all about children, you know, children and parents coming to the village.
That's fantastic. Wanda Webster Stansbury, thank you so much. I apologize for the little mix-up when the sponsors were being announced, but folks, all of that information can be found. That's all the information that you can easily find by going over to the website. And all you have to do is look up Juneteenth and put in Trenton, New Jersey. It'll pop up. This is happening throughout the city in partnership with lots of different organizations and even different municipalities as well. Wanda Webster Stansbury was here just chatting about the literacy Village and the component of that, because she is the co-chair. And we had Yolanda Landy Robinson, who is an author. We tried to get her to come on. But again, sometimes these things happen, and that's part of the production. But we're going to get this information out because, again, it's not about perfection, but we're going to have Wanda have one more word.
I have to acknowledge the amazing Senator Shirley Turner and her staff, Josanna and Deborah, and their whole team working with us in an amazing way. So, we're excited for the leadership role of Senator Turner, and the Trenton Literacy Movement is here with us in partnership. They are an amazing group doing great work in literacy. Former Mayor Douglas Palmer and all of his support. So we're excited that all of these partners who believe in reading and believe in helping the child achieve their greatest potential have come together to create this literacy village together. So, I'm excited. So fantastic. Lori Johansson is whose name I was trying. And so we're excited about, everyone who's a part of this. Alice Leitner from CCFA is in charge of the CCFA activities. It's going to be amazing. We want all children to come. I want to see 1,000 children at the village, to come out and enjoy the day.
All right. Well, we got to close it out there. Thank you so much, Wanda. We'll be in touch soon. Please give Charles my best. And folks, I'll be on location too. I'll be mingling in and out of the crowd, reporting live back to WIMG 1300 about some of the things that we're seeing, and that'll be happening on Saturday. But until then, folks, remember, it's always about justice, peace, and humility.
Thank you.